Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I've got another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. And today we are talking about An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. Now, I've heard about this author over the past couple of years because her debut novel, A Dowry of Blood, which I have not read yet, but after having read this one, I definitely can't wait to check out. It had people talking, people loved it, and I loved hearing people talk about it. So when I saw her new one coming out, it was on NetGalley to get an arc of. I requested it and got it. I requested it and got it and was so excited to read it. Now, the first thing you should know about this is it's kind of a retelling or a reimagining of Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. And that novella came out in 1872, and it's widely regarded as the first vampire novel in the classic sense of how we know vampire novels today. And that came out 26 years before Bram Stoker released Dracula. And here's one of my copies here. I've got a few kicking around because I love this story. It was definitely ahead of its time. It was a sapphic vampire story. Loved it. And so when I heard this was a retelling, I was like, yes, let's get into it. So like I said, this is going to be spoiler free, so it's probably going to be pretty short. But this book, first of all, before we get into like the plot or the synopsis, let me just tell you, this book is so beautifully written. S.T. Gibson has an absolute way with words. The prose flows beautifully, and not only that, the word selection is just delicious. So many of the words she used, I was like, that's the perfect word for this. Anyway, so despite me saying this is a Carmilla retelling, reimagining, the relationships are a little different. So if you've read that novella and you kind of are familiar with the story, it's a little different, of course. But I loved it so much. I loved it so much. And as someone who loves Carmilla, that's got to be a good sign, right? Anyway, so this book is about two university students, Carmilla and Laura Sheridan. And Laura arrives at campus. She leaves her wealthy father behind, and she is coming to this campus in New England in America. And she's excited. She wants to study under this professor, a woman named De La Fontaine, and she quickly finds a rival in one of the other students, the Carmilla, previously mentioned Carmilla. And the two of them are at once kind of fascinated with the professor, and also they have this sort of entangled love and hate relationship with each other that only gets stronger and stronger as the book goes on. From there, it's a finding out of secrets and darkness, and it's just so beautifully told. The first maybe 50, 60 pages are a little slow. It's kind of a bit repetitious in the way that we're just getting to know the three of them, really. Their relationships with each other, their relationships with the professor. And so it's a lot of like going to class, going to meetings where they, I don't want to say too much, meetings where they recite poetry, because that's the thing. De La Fontaine, she is a poetry professor, and she's elegant and worldly, and both of these girls are desperate to know and learn from her and be her favorite. And that's what causes a lot of the tension between them, at least at the beginning. And of course, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's sort of the original vampire novel, so vampirism is the main plot of this story. I wanted to go and look up the blurb on the book before I said too much, but here's what it says on the book. one's way. Okay, deep in the forgotten hills of Massachusetts stands St. Perpetua's College. Isolated and ancient, here is not a place for timid girls. Here, secrets are currency, ambition is lifeblood, and strange ceremonies welcome students into the fold. On her first day of class, Laura Sheridan is thrust into an intense academic rivalry with the beautiful and enigmatic Carmela. Together, they are drawn into the confidence of their demanding poetry professor, de La Fontaine, who holds her own dark obsession with Carmela. But as the rivalry blossoms into something far more delicious, and that's the perfect word, Laura must confront her own strange hungers. Tangled in a sinister game of politics, bloodthirsty professors, and dark magic, Laura and Carmela must decide how much they're willing to sacrifice in their ruthless pursuit of knowledge. And when they say bloodthirsty, they mean literally. And I just thought I had so much fun reading it. I devoured it in just a couple of sittings. It was so good. And I'm definitely more excited than ever now to read A Dowry of Blood. Because if it's anything like this, I know I'm going to love it. So if, sapphic, gay, vampire love stories are your thing, or even if it's not your thing, maybe you just don't know that it's your thing, because I enjoyed every second of this. And I think a lot of people would as well. So that's gonna do it for me for today. We're gonna keep it nice and quick because I don't want to say too much. This book comes out, I think, February 13th or 15th. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering a copy so I can have a physical copy on my shelf because it was just that good and just that delicious. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've read A Dowry of Blood, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it or if you're looking forward to this one. And I will see you guys again real soon. I think my next video, is going to be a reading vlog for this one. So that'll be coming up soon. Bye guys.